Well, after what has been an incredibly emotionally draining day for me as a Manchester United fan and also as an England fan who has watched the cricket and the rugby today as well as the Manchester United game, at least we can end the day on the day of Sir Bobby Charlton's death with a win. But again, there's just not a lot of positives to take away from today's game other than the fact that we've got 3 points, and I think Harry Maguire had his best game in a Manchester United shirt for a long, long time. That's about it. I mean, I think I was actually naive enough to believe that on today of all days where we have lost essentially Mr. Manchester United, a man who encapsulates everything it means to pour and play for Manchester United, an absolute symbol of the football club, passes away. And I really thought this was an opportunity for this current group of players to come together and sort of show some of that attitude, show some of that fight, that desire, that willingness to give everything for the football club. And I'm not being funny. For about 60 minutes of this game, we've been outplayed by Sheffield United. There is no hiding from it. Let me put this to you straight away. No goalkeeper in the Premier League has faced more shots than Wes Foderingham. No keeper in the Premier League has saved more shots than Wes Foderingham. He has averaged 6 saves a game so far in the Premier League this season. Today, Wes Foderingham made 3 saves. Onana made 5. Last time Sheffield United played at home, they lost 8-0 to Newcastle. The standard is not good enough. And I don't care that the result is a win. We have got a Champions League game in 2 nights' time, or 3 nights' time. And then we have got Manchester City next weekend. Our first game at Old Trafford, following the death of Sir Bobby Charlton, on a day where we should be celebrating the life of, as I say again, one of the most iconic players in Manchester United's history. The symbol of what it means to be a Manchester United footballer. Our game to remember him is going to be Manchester City. And if we do not sort it out in the next 7 days, it could be one of the most humiliating days in Manchester United history. And what a terrible way it would be to honour his memory, because I just don't know what more needs to be done. I have to sit here and be honest with you and say, I don't even think we've played particularly bad today. We just don't play good. And I just think that's the level these players are at right now. Some of the chances we were creating, the Garnacho chance at the end, he's got to bury that and he puts it wide. If Sheffield United would have scored, I'd have gone a lot harder on Garnacho on that. I love Garnacho. He should be doing a lot better in that situation. You know, the Rashford chances, especially the open goal. How are we in a situation where Declan Rice is more confident at taking on an open goal from 25 yards than Marcus Rashford? How have we gone from that, where literally 6 or 7 months ago, Marcus Rashford was the hottest forward in the Premier League, and he's not taking on open goals from 25 yards when Declan Rice is taking them on and scoring? It just really worries me. It really does. I just don't know where the positives are in a game like this, other than, like I say, we scored 2 goals. They were 2 very good goals. Scott McTominay, someone who did embody what it means to play for Manchester United again today, one of our academy players, someone who actually wants to fight for every blade of grass. He was putting himself about, he was getting into tackles, he was getting into goal scoring areas. He then took his chance so well. Bruno Fernandes put a terrible pass into him, and he manages to get his chest there, keep his composure, keep his balance. He doesn't catch the shot properly, but the important thing is he got the shot away and he found the bottom corner of the net. And his reward for his effort and his hard work was to be one of the first players substituted again. I don't get what Ten Hag doesn't like about him. Is it because he's not consistent enough at his passing? Because he's not one of Ten Hag's players? Because I'm not being funny. Again, with the exception of Harry Maguire, whose passing was near immaculate today, the passing was just not on. Amrabat kept giving it away. Rashford kept giving it away. Bruno kept giving it away. Anthony, to be fair, had another fairly decent game, but again, he got into the attacking third and he just went for shots or overhit crosses. too many players giving the ball away, and I don't think it had any right to single out McTominay as the one player to come off from that performance. I thought he was our best working midfield player in that game, and I'm shocked that he took him off. And then, like I say, unfortunately for McTominay, he was the one who gave away the penalty as well. It just seems like all the big moments are falling to that man at the moment. But again, it's another example of switching off after we've scored a goal. We've allowed them to get at us down the right-hand side because Rashford wasn't tracking back, something I noticed an awful lot when I was at the England game against Italy the other night. The amount of times he let Di Lorenzo go, and again tonight, the amount of times he let Bogle go. Cross comes in, McTominay does put his arm out. It does hit his arm. For me, these are the ones that shouldn't be penalties. I think it was a correct decision. Under the current laws of the game, it was a penalty. We had 3 today. Michael Keane, William Saliba and Scott McTominay. Under the laws of the game, all 3 rightfully given as penalties. So at least we got some consistency from the refereeing. But in my opinion, other than the Michael Keane one, these ones, they just shouldn't be penalties because his arms are by his side. Yes, he leans over, but there's nothing he can really do about it. But like I say, the decision stands and it's the correct decision under the current laws of the game. But you know, it just didn't really look like we were going to score. We were playing the ball around. We were playing safe. Every time we tried anything risky, we lost it. But we just need to have that little bit more confidence. And that's where, like I say, I think Maguire played so well because he was being confident. He was getting on the ball. He was driving into midfield. He was hitting these raking balls out to Rashford time and time and time again. And Rashford just didn't do anything with any of them. I really thought after his goal against Italy we would see a rejuvenated and more confident Marcus Rashford. We've not seen it again today, and it's such a shame because he's such a talented player. But like I say, I'm happy that we've got the win, and I should touch on the Diogo Dalot goal because people are going crazy. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! What a way to honour Bobby Charlton, a Bobby Charlton style goal, getting the ball on the edge of the box, smashing it in the top corner. Fodringham's got to save it, man. It's got both hands to it. Like, obviously, I'm thrilled it went in, and I'm thrilled that we've got the points. But to win a game off of a poor pass, scuffed shot, and a long ranger that's been parried in by the goalkeeper against bottom of the league Sheffield United, it's worrying signs. And like I say, huge game in the Champions League in a couple of nights' time, and then Manchester City. Don't get me wrong, we're in an okay position in the Premier League. We've got 3 more points. We're now only 6 points behind Manchester City. Beat them next week. We're 3 points behind them. And who knows, you can start making the arguments that we're back in the title race. Depends what Spurs do in the next couple of weeks, I guess, because we're still a long way behind them if they beat Fulham. But just wish we could talk about more positives, and I wish we could talk about a Manchester United side that are still in the image of the Busby Babes and Bobby Charlton, but we're just not. I'm just grateful for his benefit that the last thing he saw as a Manchester United fan was one last big Manchester United last-minute comeback. And I'm pleased that we were able to honour his memory with a win today. But I'm not convinced it's going to last a week. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I will see you very, very soon.